Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be finding horizontal and vertical asymptotes of rational functions. So with functions that look like this, we've added them, subtracted, multiplied, divided, and we've also solved their equations. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be graphing them. But before we graph them, we have to we're going to look at these and we're going to find horizontal and vertical asymptotes. So what does that mean? So whenever you graph these, they're always going to end up looking something like this. Little arrows. Okay. Now, what I want us to see here is there seems to be like these invisible lines that these graphs never cross. Okay. And these are what are called asymptotes. It's an imaginary boundary that your graph will never cross, okay? And for us, there's going to be horizontal and there's going to be vertical versions of this, okay? So we're going to find out, well, how do we find those given equations? So my first equation is here, okay? So what I'm going to be doing first, I'm going to find the horizontal and then I'm going to find the vertical asymptote. So to find the horizontal asymptote, what you're going to do is look at the equation. On the top, the numerator, and the bottom, the denominator, and you're going to look for the biggest exponent, okay? So I go here, I look through all of my exponents, and the biggest one I see is 2, right? Now, I go to the bottom, and the biggest one I see is 2, okay? Now, here are my 3 rules. If the top exponent is bigger, there's no horizontal asymptote. If the bottom's bigger, then it's y equals 0, okay? And if they're the same, what you're going to do is you're going to go back here, and wherever that biggest exponent was, you're going to take the number in front, the coefficient of the top divided by the bottom. Okay, so let me go through. On this one, I had a 2 and a 2, so that means they're the same. So I'm going to look at this number in front. There's no number here, so what number is that? If there's no number, it's a 1. Over again, here's my 2. What's the number in front of there? That's also a 1. So my asymptote here is going to be y equals 1. Okay? Now I'm going to find my vertical asymptote. And to do that, what I need to do is make sure that both the top and the bottom are factored. So I go here and I look at this. I see x squared with 3 terms. I'm going to factor this, okay? So I see x squared, so I'm going to go xx. What 2 numbers multiplied is 6? Well, let me try 3 and 2. So I got 2x and 3x. Can I get a 5x from that? Sure. And I need it to be negative 5x, so I'm going to go minus minus on both of these over. Again, I'm going to look at that bottom. I'm going to try to factor it. So I see x squared. I'm going to go x and x. I see 12. What 2 numbers multiply to 12? Let's see. I could try 3 and 4. That gives me 4x and 3x, but that doesn't give me 8. So let me try something else. I could try 6 and 2, right? And I can get an 8. That'll give me 2x and 6x, and I need it to be positive, so I'm going to go positive on both, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is see if anything cancels. And I look here, and nothing matches exactly, so I can't cancel anything out. So the way you find the vertical asymptote is you take whatever's on the bottom, and you just set them equal to 0. So I'm going to go x plus 6 equals 0. So I'm going to go minus 6, so x equals negative 6. And then I'm going to go x plus 2 equals 0, minus 2, x equals negative 2. Okay? And those are my 2 vertical asymptotes. So it's x equals negative 6, x equals negative 2. Okay? All right. Now we're going to do this other equation. Okay. So again, I'm going to find my horizontal first and then my vertical. So horizontal, I look for the biggest exponent. Here I see an x to the 1, that's the biggest one. Here I see an x to the 2. I look at my 3 options. The bottom is bigger here, so this one is going to be y equals 0. I don't need to calculate anything. It's just y equals 0. That's what it is when the bottom is bigger. Okay. Now again, my vertical asymptote, I see x plus 4. There's no squared. There's nothing I can pull out. So this is just going to stay x plus 4. Okay. This one I see the x squared with 3 terms. I'm going to go ahead and factor it. So I'm going to go x squared. I'm going to go x, 12. I'll try 4 and 3. That gives me a 3x and a 4x. That'll give me a 7, and I need a positive, so I'm going to go positive on both. Now I'm going to look to see if anything cancels. This time something cancels, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel this off. Now remember, if everything in the top cancels, I need a 1 on the top, and I'm left with x plus 3. This is the only thing left on the bottom, so this is what I'm going to use to find my vertical asymptote. So I'm going to go minus 3. So x equals negative 3. So for this one, I only have 1 vertical asymptote, and it's x equals negative 3. Okay? So remember, what did we do here? To find the horizontal, I need to look at the biggest exponent top and bottom, use my 3 rules. For my vertical, factor everything, see if anything cancels. Anything left on the bottom, set it equal to 0 and solve. We're actually going to use these in the next lesson to actually graph these, but this is all I want us doing for today. And that's what we got for today. Let's go.